wondering if the quality's better. It's nighttime though, so it's hard to tell.
Elena bought a new light as well, and it's like set to incinerate eyeball level. That's how hot that. Jeepers creepers.
We're actually
Do you think you could turn that down?
Yeah. I'm still figuring out the setting, but we're actually at a Bahamian shack right now. We rented a place because
How's the ambient noise? Should we turn that?
Oh yeah, we can turn the aircon off. I've been trying to finish my book and it's just really impossible on the boat. It's harder to get work done on the boat, especially with the kids, and Sarah takes the kids to the beach and stuff like that, but it's still not really enough. So
let me tell you all a wonderful story.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just talking about the house.
We own your book.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's looking good. I'm page 127 of 147, editing it. The last bit is taking a lot more time. She's really wanted me to work the last bit again, but.
And then I'm going to get hold of it and turn it into a David
You're not touching my book.
Was Wallacean masterpiece.
No.
We had an absolute nightmare going from, we wanted to have Christmas in Antigua. We're in the Bahamas. So we met some really nice young families there with kids the exact same age as Lenny and Darwin.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible. So we flew there, but we left the Bahamas, missed, the flight was delayed, then which meant that we missed our connecting flight, which meant that when we arrived in Miami airport, our bags were gone.
Yeah, the Miami airport is notorious for losing bags.
Oh my
soon
God.
to learn.
I will never ever go
I'm
to that
never
airport
going to
ever
the Miami
again. I'd
airport.
sooner swim. Like, really.
But there's the Fort Lauderdale one and then the West Palm airport right nearby. Highly recommend going there.
We're beginning to become Bahamian or experts of Bahamas travel. Anyway.
Yeah, lost our bags.
Then, so we had to then book an extra night Airbnb, delay some flights. Then we got to Antigua, it was okay. We got our bags back.
Yeah.
They didn't deliver the bags like they said. I had to go to the airport.
Yeah, he had to go looking for them at the airport. They just, after 24 hours, didn't return them to our
phone anyway.
hotel.
Then we flew
Tell them about your foot.
Then I got bitten. We had a wonderful Christmas. Met up with all these beautiful families. It was really, really wonderful. Then I got bitten by. Who saw my foot on my Instagram? If you're not following my Instagram, shame on you.
Lots of great foot pics on there.
Yeah. I'm thinking concentrating more on that area. Anyway,
he does have really pretty feet normally, and his foot blew up, and I was like, that is the ugliest foot I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It looked like my grandma's.
I don't like feet, but Riley has some nice looking feet.
Poor old Beatrice.
Part of the reason why I got with you.
It turns out what I'm quite sure happened was I'd been bitten by only just the sandfly and then had an allergic reaction to that. People were saying centipedes, like spider bites, all this sort of stuff. I think it was only just a sandfly because I remember being bit in that particular area, but I had back here, because I'd been free diving the day before with someone else's fins in Antigua, I got an abrasion, quite a bad one, which was, very mildly infected. So we were worried that the itchiness that was here and the swollen foot was actually from the infection back here. I'll put my feet away.
Feet down.
But
basically, we're trying to tell you the bad streak of luck we had.
Yeah.
Continue.
So I've got what we think might be a really badly infected foot. Is that still live and all good? Can you all hear me?
Yep, okay.
I've got what we think is potentially a badly infected foot. So a friend of our friends who's a doctor came to visit, and then he gave me antihistamines and
anti-inflammatory,
which got it down enough almost immediately to where we were like, okay, we can travel again.
Speed up the foot story.
Then then we traveled again.
Yeah, so we were able to hop on our flight out of Antigua back to Miami.
Little did we know that Lenny had been infected from one of the other little gremlins at the Christmas do, and was now starting to display signs of sickness. So we're in Miami, and
for New Year's,
and he got croupping cough again. So we had to rush him to the hospital.
Yeah, it got
at
pretty
2
bad.
a.m.
So he's got like a really small airway, and when he gets infected with this virus, it affects his respiratory system more than not
Yeah.
normal.
Any virus which involves a swelling of the throat, he's going to get
How
croak.
convenient, because he's also got the allergies. So anyway, we ended up at the emergency room at like 3 a.m. and they
Yeah.
wouldn't let me and Darwin in, so we were just sitting there for ages.
So we're up all night, all still trying to make videos and travel with the two kids.
Which is the reason why our videos have been a little bit late. We apologise, and thank you so much for bearing with us. It's been... I really hope this doesn't keep happening. We just had a drop out of the internet. Lost a bag again, but we found it again. Never fly American Airlines, by the way.
Yeah, but so you got to lead up to the part where you lose your wallet. That's the last bit of the story, and then everyone goes, "Oh,
Yeah, I just want to move on
what?"
to other things here.
Okay, then we lost the wallet. Oh no! In
Yeah.
the Uber for the last minute, but we didn't get let back into the Bahamas, which was our fault because we didn't fill in the forms correctly.
Yeah.
Then Elena's
Lost
the
my wallet.
Please stop talking over each other.
Sorry.
Sorry, James.
Love you, darling.
Yeah.
No wallet. A few of you are asking, but yeah, it's pretty hard to get all our bank cards sent back over here. Little tokens to give us codes to draw out money. Sometimes they ask for a code, and had a few other things in there that I'm concerned about. Things that I probably shouldn't have been keeping in my wallet. Anyway, we've had a really bad streak of luck, but Sarah and I did a ceremony on the beach, and we're hoping that it turned the bad luck around. She like walked around me with a stick in the sand, and I can feel the good vibes again. We think it's all over. Oh, Lenny. You right? Do you want to come and say hello to everyone?
Yes, and then the missing cell phones.
Ah.
The missing cell phone.
Okay, do you want to come and say hi to everyone? Just come and say hello up here.
Hello, pa. Hello, pa. Hello, pa.
No, speak properly.
No, hello, pa.
Say hello everyone, I've got butter all over my face.
Hello, pa.
Say, I've got butter on my face. Lenny's been great. He's we're actually here in a little beach shack
Hello, pa.
away from the boat.
I'm at the pa.
Sarah is with Darwin in the other room because he's quite loud. And Lenny's been going to a little school here. He loves it. And yeah, it's just a nice place for us to actually get some solid work done. Anyway, so we have a bunch of questions from you guys. First question was from Kaylin Joy. Hey guys, are you still looking for an editor? We actually had, I think, close to 200 applicants. We haven't nutted out an editor just yet, but we have some really good ones lined up, so we're really grateful for that. We have so much content and it can never be edited quick enough. So I'm just reading your questions up there too. Okay. Sorry, this one's from Lauren. How has it been with so many people on board? It's clear that the crew you've hired has been an amazing help because they're great, but it also seems like you guys are stuffed in like sardines. You'll like our next video, Lauren. It's going to be called 7 People, 1 Boat, and it's from our time with Eamon and Beck. We just did a collaboration with these guys. They're van lifers, cabin lifers. They just built a cabin, and they're great. We had so much fun with them. But yeah, it did get a little squishy with the crew and them. But like normally when it's just us and Sarah and David, it's fine. We all get it. We all make sure the space is clean in the saloon, and it's totally fine. I think Riley, you might get a little overwhelmed, hey, with having so many people on board.
Yeah, I need to go off by myself every now and then. And I mean, trips like this, like going away for Christmas is really good, and we all sort of go apart. But yeah, I mean, in general, it's fine. And like Elena said, these guys get it, so that's fine. You know, if you were living with someone that had never lived on a boat or just didn't understand that life and what you need to do to create an environment that's, you know, very chill and tidy, and like you need to be very aware of other people's wants and needs and how they live their life.
Yeah, just basically don't leave
It's
your
gonna be
stuff
very
lying
accommodating.
around.
Yeah.
Don't leave it on the line for days. Like no one wants to clean up your mess, but we have great crew. They're onto it.
Legends, and they're
Yeah.
actually more than that. They're good friends. So it it staves away the lonely dogs.
Yeah. So this one's from James Keating. With record-breaking cases over here in Southeast Asia, is there a plan C if Vietnam gets delayed again?
Pardon? I read that.
My God.
Van lifers, no, I was talking about Sarah and David, but yeah, van lifers would definitely get it.
Is there a plan C if Vietnam gets delayed?
I mean, we just wouldn't sell the Ultramar
Yeah.
and keep cruising around here.
We learnt from
But
our...
I mean, it's pretty unlikely that we would. Yeah, that's a very unlikely event.
Yeah, we're really hoping to get there in August. Riley might go over there earlier for a month by himself to help with the build. Lenny, don't do that. Okay. This one's from Marius. When will Henry Cavill join you guys for a sail? So random. I think we spoke to you guys about this a while ago, but Henry Cavill, Superman. What else is he in? You want to go watch that?
Mama,
You got a bottle over there.
mother.
He started watching our show and then he posted a story and messaged us on Instagram. We were like, what the heck? To be honest, I actually didn't know who Henry Cavill was and I felt really bad. I was like, holy crap, but all of his videos aren't really my kind of movie. But they're
The
great.
Witcher.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
the best
The Witcher.
Netflix show ever.
Might be the best. I'm just not into the witchy stuff, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been messaging Riley about boats and
That was a long time ago, yeah.
yeah. Pretty cool though. Hopefully he does come for a sail, but he says he's really busy.
It's flat now.
You read out a question? I'll pick another.
Is there still time to apply for the jobs on board? What job?
Probably crewing in Vietnam.
Probably not. We might do another lot, but I would hold off. This is Hannah Smith. I'd hold off throwing it into that mix. I think we had 650 applications, and I've made my way through a lot of them, but not all of them. Yeah, if you're a patron, you're sort of straight to the top, and we're going through all of those, or like you can sort by that. I would hold off, Hannah.
All right, next question. I'm ready.
Will there be room for crew and guests on the Rapido? So it will be nearly the exact same setup, as in Lenny and I will sleep in the saloon, Elena and Darwin will sleep in their bedroom, except at some point maybe Elena and I will be able to have our own bedroom
That'll
back,
be
and then
nice.
the kids will sleep in the saloon when they're old enough to be trusted not to walk outside by themselves.
Yeah.
Under sail, things might be very different, but most of the time we're not sailing around at night time. And then the only thing that will be different is the crew will have to share a room aft, that's very standard on all other sailboats. It's just on the Ultramar they were able to have their own separate rooms, but now they have to share, which doesn't worry me at all.
Nah.
No skin off my nose.
Okay. Do.
Make for some juicy videos, no doubt.
Yeah. How is your workout routine? Do you have one?
I want the watermelon.
You want a watermelon? We don't have watermelon, Lenny. Do you want some sultanas?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're trying to do a live stream with kids. It's funny.
Yeah.
Workout routine.
So the workout routine, I've got my stretchy band. But yeah, I mean, I would work out every day for probably nearly every day. Often it's only 20 minutes, but I try to do something. And I'm just trying to isolate one muscle group. And then my cardio, I hope, is being taken care of by freediving, but I'm not really sure about that. I wonder if freediving makes you aerobically fit or not. I feel wonderful afterwards. Like, I feel absolutely incredible, as good as I feel. And whilst I do it, it's like my sort of beautiful thing that I do. But I wonder if it's the same as, you know, for fitness and mental health, and just to be a, you know, a human that's killing life, you should do 2 lots of 30-minute aerobic exercises per
I
week.
still need to get better at that. I only like to run, and then I'll do like push-ups and jump squats and all the leg stuff, and kind of try and work a lot of muscle groups. But I admire you for just doing all that. I don't like it.
Don't like what?
The using the stretchy bands and all that.
Yeah, if you can't run, you give up a bit.
Well, I have body resistance stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't like using the bands. I'm just scared of them. I need to learn how to use them better. That's kind of it. Mo Creative, in the last episode we saw David leave, but not much was explained. Will he be back? And when will you meet up with Cousin Jack? Yeah, David has another job on a big motor cat that he loves. So he kind of bounces between our boat and that boat. It's good because we get some time apart. And
Yeah, that's great.
yeah, and we want him to keep working on that boat. Like,
He
it's
gets
really
paid
good.
a lot of money.
Yeah, super stoked for him. So he'll be back in the episode that follows next week's episode, which is 7 People, 1 Boat, and then he's back on the boat with us. Oh, no, he's not. Sorry, it'll be a few more episodes before he's back. Mo, unfortunately. You're going to have to stalk his Instagram account. Okay. This is from Bill McIntyre. You mentioned that you turned off AIS to get rid
Is
of...
Elena going to create more music in the future? That's part of the reason that we're here, mate. So yeah, Elena's going to finish her book, and then, although we haven't really had a chance here. You were singing the other night, but
Yeah, I'm more motivated than ever. I went through a long stage of not wanting to play guitar and always finding excuses to not play. But I kind of felt like I was just in workhorse mode. I felt like I just needed to work hard, and I don't know if you've ever gotten into that yourself. Like when you've started something, you feel like it might explode without you if you take a step away. Anytime I could do anything, it was for the videos and the channel. And
yeah, it feels like we were sort of chasing our tail for a long time and working so hard that we weren't making time for ourselves for doing things like that. And I feel like with the editors that we've got at the moment and just the setup that we've got, it feels like we have created a bit of room for us to be able to look at doing things like that again.
yeah.
And I got to say, that just feels so friggin' wonderful. Like
Yeah,
to
we're
be
really
able
excited.
to take a step back and have the videos still be quite good, and then just say like, okay, Elena, why don't you have a crack at some music, and you can finally set aside a week to have a look at doing your book. And yeah,
Finally, I mean, it's taken 7 years to get to this point. 7 years till we
but
feel like
yeah,
we can get back to doing what we love the most. Me playing music and you reading your book. Riley's been reading his book again. It's been a long time since we've had a bit of extra.
and the kids as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we're just getting better at our jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there is going to be some
we're
guitar.
pretty excited about this year.
Yeah, I actually just saw a question up there, and I will continue reading this one from Bill. But what did we learn from Eamon and Beck? And we actually learned that we probably need to focus on different things that we've been avoiding focusing on because we kind of didn't want to give in to YouTube and all that they require and the super catchy
Or I feel like we
thumbnails
were
and
taking it for
titles and-
granted. Like,
Yeah.
you guys, well, yeah, I mean, you make up a part of our audience, but our audience, they need things from you, and you got to give it to them. So,
Yeah, I feel like we've been holding ourselves back on purpose because we didn't want to give in to this thing called YouTube. But with a few little tweaks here and there, like what Eamon and Beck are doing, like with great thumbnails and titles and video ideas, and I don't know, we were like, duh, of course we should.
it was
be
really
doing
great.
this.
We felt excited and inspired, and I think that they did too. So
Yeah,
it was because there's not too many people in the world there's none. there's no one else that we can talk to about that sort of specific stuff. So we had a ripping good time with them.
Yeah, we learnt so much off the other couple. It
Yeah,
was really nice.
yeah. It was great.
So yeah, our channel's looking pretty good at the moment with the new thumbnails. We've started to add font to the thumbnails, and I think
Created
everyone's
a beast, now you have to feed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
people are responding quite well to the new look of our thumbnails and stuff.
But I got to say, it's drained a lot of our time and energy and all that sort of stuff. But it's been so exciting, especially lately.
Yeah, this is our baby.
Yeah. We're very proud of
It's our third baby.
everything.
But Bill's question, you mentioned that you turned off AIS to get rid of unwanted visitors. I would imagine most sailors know who you are. Do you avoid crowded areas or go in stealth mode to try to preserve some of your privacy, or is it generally not a problem? We don't avoid going anywhere. Just when we want to get work done on the boat, we won't go into a marina or something like that, because we do get landlubbers coming down the marina to say hello.
I've changed the way that I personally interact with people about that. I'll spend the extra 3 minutes and have a really good time with people rather than nipping it in the bud and being busy. I'll spend a little bit of extra time with people, and they'll have a good time and I'll have a good time, and then you go away and it's great.
I like the bottle.
You want a nighttime bottle? Okay, here. Can you read the? Oh no, that is the rest of the question.
Oh.
Come here. Come and sit down.
From Marie Fluger.
Anything you want.
Second question, maybe you have talked about this before, but what do you think about sailing permits in general? Mary, I absolutely hate paperwork. What are your experiences internationally? My experiences with customs officers in general has been horrendous, and I try to avoid it at all costs, including but not limited to not even checking in and out of some countries. Don't do that. Should one who expects to be sailing chartering all over the world plan to do a British offshore yachtmaster, or are national permits also accepted and good sailing experience is enough? Nothing better than experience yourself on your own boat, but I think that that's a tricky one, because I went and did it myself without any experience, and I know it does cost a lot of money. I think if you got a good instructor and tied in a good holiday, that could be awesome. Do you want to go grab Darwin? I know you guys can hear that, but Darwin's going with his nut. You guys going to invite patrons back on board? We are. We've got a massive thing coming up, but that will all come out in a video. Good grief. Vanessa. No. Bill, you mentioned that you turned off your AIS to get rid of unwanted visitors. Should we explore this question in more depth? I would imagine most sailors know who you are. Do you avoid crowded areas or go in stealth mode? I wouldn't say that we avoid crowded areas or
I get a little
marinas.
anxious though going into crowded places now. I never used to. Like, I used to just feel like one of the other sailors, and now I get nervous before we go to the beach to do like a big sundowners or something, because we go there, everyone looks at us. Everyone is so nice, but it's like the attention's on us, and
It can be a little SLV centric at times.
yeah, and then people like,
Some people are like overly polite, like they won't say hello, or they'll take up less of your time than they normally would. And I'm like, oh, I was just having a great chat to you, mate, and you've run away.
yeah, it does feel different. now.
The worst is on the dock when someone, like a patron, will come up. I must have told you guys this before. A patron will, and this legitimately happened. They're like, oh, I've been a patron for 7 years and I've seen every single one of your videos, and you know, I've followed from the start. I was the first comment that was ever on your channel, and I bought every one of your t-shirts. They're wearing the t-shirt and like, you know,
The biggest
I flew to
fan.
the big splash party, but I didn't say hello because I was too, you know, shy and hesitant. And I just thought that I would. Like, I'm terribly sorry that I've interrupted your day, and that's all that I wanted to say. And thank you very much. And they were like, run on. And obviously not that exactly. And then someone else walks past and goes, "Are you guys famous? Oh, can I come on board?" And I'm
Can
like,
I
"Oh
have a
my
picture?"
god, this guy, yeah."
Yeah.
That's
They just want a picture just because.
you get, and then you start to get a bit of a crowd. It's like when there's blood in the water when you're fishing. It's like there's a little bit of chum and people are like, "Oh yeah, what's going on here?" Oh.
That is so true.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, and then you get random people who are just sort of vaguely interested, and they cause a problem. Dude's trying to come on and have a beer.
It does happen all the time. Yeah, we get stopped for photos and chats. Brett, this one's from Brett. In the past few years, I've spent a lot of time on the water in Middle East region, and I continue to be shocked at the amount of rubbish in the water. What regions throughout your journeys have you seen the most rubbish? Have you thought about trying to combine some teaching of people in those regions on the damage this rubbish makes while on your travels? Probably the most polluted I've ever seen, but this wasn't on the boat, was actually in Indonesia. But we are going to take the boat there.
Andrea saw us a month ago and was too nervous to say hi. You have to. If you're a patron, you have to come over and say hi.
Yeah, come and say hi.
And we
please.
might say, look, I'm terribly sorry. We're like super busy at the moment, but we'll always say
We need like a secret
handshake
or like a
code.
code. How funny would that be?
What's my Pied Piper thing that I've been whistling
I don't
today?
know. Ooh. Pied Piper.
Don't do that.
But please come and say hi. Like,
Yeah.
we honestly, we love it. We're just saying life is
Gives me a
different for
chance
us
to
now.
genuinely say thank you.
Yeah. Okay, rubbish. Indonesia.
Well, I wouldn't feel comfortable going into someone's hometown and blaming them for rubbish in an area and presuming to blame them and educate them. But I get what you're saying.
Well,
So yeah, I think the we pitched a doco about this to Corona, about visiting the 7 most polluting rivers in the world, talking about overfishing and something else as well. But
sorry, Clem Fandango could be the code word. Can we do that?
yeah.
All right, guys, if you see us and you're too nervous to say hi or whatever, or you're unsure if this is a
Say
good time,
Clem Fandango.
Clem Fandango, Clem Fandango.
No, it's can you hear me?
Clem Fandango, Clem Fandango, can you hear me?
No, it doesn't matter. I'll
Just
show you
something
the
with
part
Clem
of the movie.
Fandango
Elena
in
doesn't
it.
watch
It'll
it.
do. Sorry. To add to the rubbish thing, I think Lenny.
Stop.
He's got headphones on and he keeps walking away. 3 rivers in the world that create the most pollution. That's where most of the rubbish comes out of.
7.
But 7, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Riley.
In
But
Southeast Asia.
these.
You need to poo-poo. Oh, mate, come on.
Oh, that's a moment to keep there. This is the beauty of doing live streams. But most of that rubbish is supposed to be from the Western world. We're sending it over there for them to deal with. They don't have the proper equipment to get rid of it, so they're either burning it or dumping it into the rivers and it comes out into the ocean. So we're actually going to dive deeper into this, and we recently sailed to an island where they do burn all the rubbish. A lot of these islands do burn their rubbish, but it kind of made us think about the whole rubbish situation again, and we would love to get into that. And we definitely will when we go back to Asia. But that's where I've seen the most rubbish. Where have you seen the most rubbish?
Asia.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be there in front of us whether we like it or not. So, but in general, more rubbish than I'd like, but not so much that I've found it to be a disaster. I don't like the overfishing. I think like overfishing is one of my passions. I think when I get to Southeast Asia, I'm going to be a bit more passionate about plastic on the beaches. That'll be where it like really smashes home.
Any plans on coming to the Med again? Not for a long time. From here, we're going to Asia. We're going to sail Asia for a couple of years, and then we're kind of thinking of another plan, which we'll fill you guys in on soon. You know how our plans go, though. We don't want to get too far ahead because they always change. But
Seen Seaspiracy.
yeah, Seaspiracy is a great documentary. How will you be changing the new interior of the boat, of the new boat, Isabel? That's from Isabel. Yeah, we've spoken about this before. At the moment, we got in contact with a recycled timber company in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. What are you giggling at?
Well, we're not going to do that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm getting updates all the time. Why not?
It's too hard.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you organised that call, and it was a bit of a waste of time, to be honest.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
love that wood. Damn.
It's too heavy.
Oh, it's all too heavy.
I had to overrule
Can you
that.
hear Lenny? I hope you guys can't actually. He's making so much noise.
Not as much as Darwin was before.
But the interior
Sounded like he was battling a demon.
the interior. Darwin
Spent
has
about-
been
he was
battling
in
a
the Jolly
demon
Jumper.
today.
Like,
And then I was like, should I take him out of the Jolly Jumper? I don't think he can get this thing out because he's like in his little seat.
who's Edward Savage? What about bamboo and cork floors and bamboo? We'd love to include.
Yeah, it's going to be really earthy and alternative looking for a boat. It's not going to look like a normal boat. And Jessica, we
very
still have the
funky.
video of you skateboarding in our sarong, in our sailing the Vagabond sarong, and I can't wait to post it, but we're out of sarongs. I'm going to use it as a great promo video. You remember the video I showed you of Jessica?
Nah.
She's skateboarding.
Oh, yes.
She's rollerblading.
If you
in
guys
Portugal.
listen out carefully, you'll hear Lenny say snitzt in a minute.
Okay. This one's from Hannah. Were you worried that Eamon and Beck weren't going to get used to the feeling of sailing, or that they weren't going to be weren't going to be good guests? Sorry, my dictation isn't working really well.
They were two people that we didn't even call beforehand to vet because I just knew that they would be cool, and they were. So
Yeah.
I just knew that they would be good fun and awesome.
Between living in a
And
van.
they're very genuine people as well.
Yeah.
Super cool. So we're gonna hang out with them a bit.
Yeah, Eamon really got into the sailing. Beck battles with seasickness, but she didn't actually get super seasick. She just had to sit and close her eyes. She fell asleep a few times. But
But she was still sitting up, like bolt upright. She was like, I swear she was asleep, but she was still like.
yeah, she was sitting in the tiller chair, the tiller steer chair, and she was asleep. You could tell by how long her face was. When Riley sleeps, he goes. Beck looked beautiful. She
Yeah,
still
yeah,
looked
she
beautiful,
did.
but it was funny because you could barely notice she was asleep. But we had the best week together. We can't wait for the next video to come out. If you were to buy another two-hulled cat, what would it be? This one's from Nicholas.
Gunboat? Nah. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. It's really bullshit, right? Because the more performance orientated ones that I like because I think that they are safer are way more expensive. So I honestly don't feel it's like it's gonna be. I like Outremer's, I like Macedon. I think Balance are probably pretty good. These are all like unbelievably expensive boats. So in the cheaper end, you've got your Looping. There are some older Shionings that you can pick up for a good price. And then, so yeah.
Yeah, he's crying.
There's probably a dozen other ones that I could list off, but you want to get done?
Well, kind of, but then not really. I think.
Can you guys hear Darwin screaming, and is that killing? Harry Proas. They're funny looking. I haven't looked at them too much. They're pretty cool. Not expensive to build and really, really cool. Yeah, I don't disagree.
This one's from Joe Fiedler. Do you both get regular skin checks? Just looking out for your well-being. Yes, we do. We're actually super, super on top of that. We get checked every year. And each year we go, our skin cancer dude is like, yep, you're fine. I'm like, what about this one? This one's new.
He looks at it, we're tan, and he goes, you're fine. And I'm like, dude.
He looks at it with the
Because
little
I did
thing.
have one pulled out of here, right? I don't know if you saw them when I was in Montauk. I went in and got a proper, because it was growing.
Yeah, it turned black.
I
New
noticed,
freckle was
and I
black.
got really worried, which I don't normally get.
Yeah.
Apart
but
from my foot. I was
anyway,
very
like
worried.
it got it tested. It didn't come back cancerous, but you never know, especially with new ones. Okay, everyone can hear him screaming, but he's fine. Okay, that's all your
Lioness
questions from
dying
here.
inside.
Nah, I'm okay. I'm actually gonna read on the.
Do you have regret selling the Vagabond 2 rather than stationing 2 boats in separate areas of the world and jumping from boat to boat, depending on the season? We can't afford that. We're going to sell this boat. We're going to sell this boat so that we can... we were kind of... Oh! Should I ask anyone
I
if
need
they
to
can...
go. I think he's a bit upset. But here's some more questions here from the live stream.
I shouldn't really do it like this, but if there's anyone out there that's interested in helping us out with a loan, we can't get one in Australia, so it's like a disaster. And we kind of need one at the moment. And we're sort of thinking about running a charter out of Le Vagabond with Jack as captain. And stationing that maybe in the Bahamas, but these are all things that we would do if we could organise a loan somehow. So I don't know, maybe someone works in a bank or just has, a stack of money sitting somewhere, which is pretty unlikely, I guess. But yeah, we've got a few ideas that we'd like to, because I think that there aren't any charters in the world that I know 100. Like if someone went on Le Vagabond with Jack, it would be sick, right? Like I can guarantee that you're going to have an incredible time. But we need a fat stack of cash to pull all of these, I think, good ideas off. Clem Fandango merch. I think so. That sounds like a good idea.
I'm just gonna sit on the edge here. I've got baby Darwin. He's okay now.
I think we've answered a lot of questions.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
All of Darwin's teeth are kind of coming out right now. He's got his 2 bottom ones, and he's got babe. I did that on purpose, so I could breastfeed on the side. Yeah, he got a top tooth, and now I'm having a look like today, and he's got another probably 5 that are all coming down.
Did you move over?
No, I want to sit here so I can breastfeed.
Oh,
I've
okay.
got to really be on the edge here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normalise breastfeeding, bud.
Yeah, but this top's not exactly breastfeeding friendly, darling.
But wouldn't you do that at a cafe?
No, not like this.
Okay, all right. We might wrap that up, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah.
We hope to get back in front of the videos again soon.
Yeah, and thank you again for being so patient and helping our world go round with your support. I'm going to escape over here.
Take it easy.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll chat soon.
See ya.